What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Gakis, and today, normally what I do every expansion is make a legendary campaign guide where I showcase a bunch of build recommendations, tips, and more to help you guys make your way through the new legendary difficulty campaign. However, this time around, the Renegades campaign was the easiest legendary campaign I've ever done. I mean, look at the background gameplay. You can't even tell it's legendary because the enemies don't even have sword icons, which indicates that they're at a level discrepancy compared to you. That was present in every other campaign out there. Now, that's not to say there wasn't some difficult portions, and I was going in with a full squad of 3 for solo players. It's definitely going to be a bit more challenging, and so we're still going to go over some really helpful tips. But if frankly you can take away anything from this video, I would say it's the simple fact that you should absolutely try to do the legendary campaign in Renegades. And the reason is that if you are able to do it, you actually get the brand new exotic armor piece for whatever character you beat it on when you complete the Legend difficulty campaign. And so definitely it is worth it just to get those juicy new exotics, guys. And again, I think it's easier than ever before. Now, what about those tips and so on? Well, let's get started. Now, as for some build recommendations, man, there's a lot of fantastic builds you can use out there. I was playing the Titan, and I was using the Skullfort, like literal infinite melee build. Check out that build guide linked right up above. It was extremely effective. Now, if I could make another recommendation for the Titan, it would be the Icefall Mantle's Stasis build, guide linked right up above now, and that would also be a fantastic choice. Now, why am I recommending these builds? Well, both have incredible crowd control. That is something you will need for this campaign playthrough. The enemy density is pretty intense, so much so that we actually remarked on how many enemies were spawning like multiple times. So definitely, guys, a build that can handle large groups of enemies that's really good at crowd control, ad clearing is what you want. So keeping that in mind, guys, for the Warlock, my build recommendations would be, first of all, the Busted Arc Buddy build. Guys, that thing is insane. Using your Arc Buddy to constantly inflict jolt on every enemy you hit, combined with your Hellion. I mean, frankly, you barely need to play the game. Your turrets are just going to do everything for you. Again, guide linked right up above. And then on top of that, honestly, the Controverse Hold Warlock, just a Void Warlock with the Controverse Hold spamming grenades. Not to mention that now you get 2 grenades, Vortex grenades, scatter grenades, whatever you want to use, you're going to be able to throw those into those high enemy density areas. And I mean, 1 Vortex grenade can just clear out an entire room of ads. Incredible build, again, linked right up above, guys. And yeah, unfortunately, we had 2 Titans, 1 Warlock, and no Hunters for our playthrough. But if I am going to do some build recommendations for the Hunter, honestly, if you just want to do the grapple melee shenanigans like last season, it's still going to be pretty fantastic. But I would also say invisibility hunters are looking pretty juiced. That's because Graviton Forfeit as well as Omnioculus got some pretty big buffs, so definitely consider that as well, guys. Again, ad clearing is absolutely a priority. It is what you want. You do also, in terms of just general recommendations for loadouts, want a weapon with some good precision damage. And the reason is because you're going to be going against these like enemy walkers, and they're actually pretty tanky. Now, to take them out, you're going to be shooting the crits, which are essentially like the eyes, the windows in the front, or there's another crit in the back, but good luck sneaking around them to the back. But something like a sniper rifle or the brand new Uncivil Discourse, which is a special legendary hand cannon. Those can take those things down much easier. Like, you're gonna have trouble if you have all close range things with no precision damage when you do encounter those guys, for sure. Now, you also have a new kind of shield, the like ablative shields that you will find all throughout this campaign. You take these down by essentially overloading them with rapid fire. So if you have like an auto rifle, a machine gun, you take them down pretty fast, but also like a melee. A single charged melee will often be enough to take those special shields down pretty darn fast, guys. Now, in terms of like any sort of difficulty, frankly, the most difficult part is going to be the Fire and Ice exotic mission that is smack dab in the middle of this campaign. That's right, you will do the exotic mission that actually gives you the Praxic Blade exotic sword, the lightsaber, in the campaign. And it is an exotic mission. Like, there's some fairly complex mechanics. There's definitely some tricky areas finding where to go. So if you want a guide on that, I've already done it. It's linked right up above. Definitely check that out if you're kind of lost, because again, there's some like secret passageways and stuff you need to go through to get through that mission. Now, once you get the lightsaber, just keep in mind, guys, like, it's a fantastic weapon. Like, it is so good. We use the lightsaber for the rest of the campaign once we got it, and it was more than enough to deal with whatever we encountered. But that does mean some of the builds I recommended, any of the melee builds, because you're holding your lightsaber and that's taking up your melee, that is going to be problematic. You're not going to be able to use your charged melee unless you switch off the lightsaber, so just kind of keep that in mind, guys. But moving on from there to the general tips, a big one here is that you're going to spend a decent amount of the campaign in the Lawless Frontier. There are several missions that take place there. Now, the Lawless Frontier is technically like the separate new activities that are coming with this expansion. And what that means is that you will actually have different health properties. You, similar to the Nether, have a big health pool. When you're in the Lawless Frontier, you don't regenerate health. So I would definitely recommend that you bring, for example, weapons with heal clip, or, you know, abilities that can heal you, a way to heal yourself. That's very important. If you don't have that, then be on the lookout for these random like barrel caches, these destroyable objects that you can shoot. Often they're going to drop health and ammo. But another big recommendation is that when you're doing these Lawless Frontier campaign missions, you can access your Renegades abilities. Now, it's going to force you to do this the first couple of times you're in the Lawless Frontier, and the starting abilities aren't necessarily crazy, but you can upgrade them. Head to Spider, and as you can see, you can spend the resource that you're getting just by playing the campaign, by doing these Lawless Frontier campaign missions, and you can upgrade your Renegades abilities. So for example, the little drone that comes and heals you, well, if you upgrade it, not only is it going to heal you, it's going to be giving you ability energy, super energy, and so you can actually make these abilities way better very easily just by spending currency you're already getting for doing the campaign. So definitely that's going to help you breeze through those Lawless Frontier parts of the campaign much easier. And that's really about it, guys. Again, definitely one of the easier legendary campaigns, 1000% worth it just to get the exotic this time around. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus, that is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.